الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله يجتبي إليه من يشاء ويهدي إليه من ينيب صدق الله العظيم. Most respected ulama, elders, beloved brothers, every person in his life, if you ask him what you want, he says, I want Allah Ta'ala. And particularly when people have problems in their life, when they're going through some difficulty, when they're going through some hardship in their life, they all want Allah Ta'ala. Because everyone has realized that the solution to my problems is in Allah. Ek tu mera to har shay meri. Zameen meri, falak mera. Oh Allah, if you are mine, then everything is mine. This earth is also mine and the heaven is also mine. Ek tu nahi mera to koi shay nahi meri. And Allah, if you are not mine, then nothing is mine. So in this verse of the Quran Sharif that I have recited, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala speaks of two systems. Person wants Allah Ta'ala in his life, he wants to reach Allah Ta'ala. There are two systems by which a person can reach Allah. The first system, Allah Ta'ala says, Allahu yajtabi ilayhi man yasha. Allah Ta'ala pulls a person, Allah Ta'ala pulls to him whomsoever Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala wishes to pull. Meaning from the person there's no inclination whatsoever. But Allah chose that person. Allah wants to pull that person. Allah from His side will pull the person. Allah will make him His beloved. Anbiya alayhi salatu wassalam were chosen by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. No Nabi can say, I made an effort and I became a Nabi of Allah. Allah chose him, Allah made him His beloved. Sahaba, ikhtarahumullahu li suhbati nabiyyi. Allah chose them for the sohbat, for the companionship of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was Allah's decision. Yakhtassu bi rahmatihi man yasha. Allah makes special, Allah chooses out of His mercy whoever Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala wishes. Sometimes you find a person gone off the track a little bit. And maybe not little bit, a lot. It's Jummah time, he's walking past the masjid. But he's not coming into the masjid to perform salah. Comes from a good family, good home, involved in so much of wrong. Allah save us. Don't look down upon anyone. We look down upon the wrong of the person, but not the person himself. So what we say, this man has disgraced his entire family. Look at him, it's Jummah time. Where is he walking? Or we go to pull him out somewhere from an evil place. Say, look at this man. Where is he? Where was his family and where is he? And then all of a sudden there's a change. He's in the first saf of the masjid. He's reading tahajjud namaz. 5 times a day he's in the masjid. So what happened? How is it that now he ended up in the masjid? He was a write-off. Allahu yajtabi ilayhi man yasha. Allah pulls to him whomsoever Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala wishes. This is what the Sufiya refer to as jazb. And Allah makes jazb of a person. Allah pulls a person. Within seconds, a person can become the beloved of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. That's why we got no right to look down upon anyone. وَيَهْدِي إِلَيْهِ مَن يُنِيبُ. And then Allah Ta'ala speaks of the second system, that Allah Ta'ala gives hidayat to whomsoever to that person, may yunib, who turns to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Meaning, he's treading the path, he wants to reach Allah. Most of the people fall in this category. We want to reach Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, but somewhere along the line, a person, he trips also. He falls. Now he's crying, oh, look at the clothes that I wear. I'm in the masjid, people respect me, and I got involved in this wrong. I'm checking the phone, or I'm getting involved in this wrong. So he regrets, he cries. And then he gets up and he starts treading the path again. And then later on maybe he'll fall again. But each time he is sincere. that person eventually Allah will pull him, Allah will make him His beloved. No person is a write-off in deen. Insurance company, insurance haram. I'm just using the example. The insurance company, they'll write off the motor vehicle. This car is a write-off. Write it off. Pay the person out. But in deen, there's nobody that is a write-off. There's always hope. Every saint has a history. And every sinner has a future. We don't know at which time Allah will give hidayat. Allah will pull a person. Allah will make that person His beloved. وَيَهْدِي إِلَيْهِ مَن يُنِيبُ. Many buzruks, what did they say? Humne is tarah tay kiye manzil hai. That this is how we threaded the path to Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. Hum gire. We fell also. We fell also. Hum gir kar uthe, ut kar chale. We got up again. We started walking. Nobody becomes despondent. Oh no, there's no hope for me. I'm a write-off. No, we wake up again. And this is an effort for every person until maut, until death. Mawlana Thanvi rahmatullahi alayhi in his Bayanul Quran, his tafsir, he has written under the verse, وَمَن يَخْرُجْ مِن بَيْتِهِ مُهَاجِرًا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. That person that came out of his home, making hijrat to Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he left Makkah Sharif. He is now on his way to Madinatul Munawwara, مُهَاجِرًا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. ثُمَّ يُدْرِكُ الْمَوْتِ. Now he hasn't reached Madinatul Munawwara. He is on his way. Death comes to him. So what are we going to say? That is a muhajir. Has he completed the hijrat? فَقَدْ وَقَعَ أَجْرُهُ عَلَى اللَّهِ. His reward is already established by Allah Ta'ala. He's a muhajir. Person was going for Hajj. And he passed away on the way. He never made Hajj. He is a Haji Sahib. In fact, every year he is getting the reward of Hajj. One Farishta, one angel is appointed, make Hajj for him every year. So as a person, he starts memorizing the Quran Sharif. Every day he's learning one line. Or maybe he's repeating the same line every day. He doesn't make it to the end. He passes away. On the day of Qiyamah, he's Hafiz al-Quran. He'll be taught in the qabr. So a person that wants to reach Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, three situations. Either Allah Ta'ala makes him His beloved in this world. Immediately he gets it. If he doesn't get it immediately, he will get it at the time of maut. And if he doesn't get it at the time of maut, then definitely on the day of Qiyamah, a person he will become the beloved of Allah. But long as a person, he kept onto this path. But the ulama have written, the mashayikh have written, that a person has to be sincere. Person that is sincere, he will reach his destination. Shaitan was not sincere. Shaitan was not sincere. So Shaitan was thrown out. He was rejected. He was thrown out of Jannah. They say in Shaitan, the one ayn that Shaitan had, ayn, the letter ayn, he was an alim. Alim starts with the letter ayn. So he said he was the greatest alim. Such a great alim Shaitan was, that the subsidiary masail, what they call the juz'iyat, the subsidiary masail of all the shariat, Shaitan had that knowledge. He was such a great alim. That is why he knew when he was thrown out of Jannat, and Allah Ta'ala threw him out, he went back to Allah Ta'ala. Allah Ta'ala won't be overpowered by his emotions and by his anger. Anzirni ila yawmi yub'athun. Allah, grant me respite till the day of Qiyamah. Allah Ta'ala says, innaka minal munzarin. We have been given this respite. So he was the greatest alim. Shaitan was the greatest abid. The most ibadat that was made on the surface of the earth. This was by Shaitan. They say there isn't a handspan where Shaitan didn't make sajda to Allah Ta'ala. So he was the greatest abid. The third ayn, Shaitan was the greatest arif. He recognized Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. What we say, pious person, arif billah. The greatest arif, the one that recognized Allah Ta'ala was Shaitan. So three ayns were in him. They say the fourth ayn was not in Shaitan. And that was, he was not an ashiq. He didn't have the love of Allah. If the love of Allah Ta'ala was in Shaitan, when Allah Ta'ala said, make sajda to Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, he wouldn't have used his logic. I'm made of fire and he's made of sand. No, that's a command of Allah. Let me fulfill that command of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. So it is mentioned, he was now rejected. After many years, in the time of Musa alayhi salam, Shaitan, he met Musa alayhi salam. He used to go to the Mount of Tur, speak to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. So he told Musa alayhi salam, oh Musa, you Kalimullah, you speak to Allah. I have a request. So Musa alayhi salam said, what's your request? He said, my request is, when you go to speak to Allah, ask Allah Ta'ala, I made a mistake also. I did a wrong. Is there any tawbah for me? Is there any way out for me? So when Musa alayhi salatu wasalam went and he spoke to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, actually he forgot about Shaitan, but Allah Ta'ala reminded him that, oh Musa, when you were coming, something happened on the way. So he said, Ya Allah, this is what happened. Shaitan is asking, is there any way out for him? So Allah Ta'ala tells Musa alayhi salam, tell him, no problem. There is a way out for him. Just go to the qabr of Adam alayhi salam, make sajda at the qabr of Adam alayhi salam, and the matter is now sorted. All he has to do, make sajda. So Musa alayhi salam got happy. He came now to Shaitan. He says, just go there to the qabr of Adam alayhi salam, make sajda, matter is sorted out. He said, when he was alive, I didn't make sajda. You think when he's dead, I'm going to make sajda. See that pride, where it takes a person, destroys a person completely. So nevertheless, these are the two systems of Allah. On one occasion, Hazrat Maulana Abrar al-Haq Sahab Hardoi Rahmatullah alayhi, very great alim, Muhiyyus Sunnah, Khalifa of Hakim al-Ummat, Mujaddid al-Millat, Hazrat Thanvi Rahmatullah alayhi. So on one occasion, he was in Allahabad, a place in India. So with him was Maulana Muhammad Ahmad Sahab Rahmatullah alayhi. So they said, let's go. There's one Hakim Sahab, he's not well, let's go and visit Hakim Sahab. So Maulana Muhammad Ahmad Sahab, he said that, there's one person that's not well. So Maulana Muhammad Ahmad Sahab said that there's a Hakim Sahab that is staying over here. So if Hakim Sahab finds out that we had gone to visit that sick person and we didn't take him along, he's going to get upset. So let's go to his house, let's take him with us. So they went to Hakim Sahab's house. So when they went to Hakim Sahab's house, the wife said he's sleeping. So Maulana Muhammad Ahmad Sahab said, no, wake him up, wake him up. Normally a person that is sleeping, not supposed to disturb him. Or a person is sleeping in the masjid. At that time, not permissible to make tilawat of the Quran loudly or loud zikr in the masjid. Because somebody is sleeping, you're disturbing him. Or there are other people in the masjid, now we want to recite Quran loudly. That is not permissible. At that time, a person must read softly, because you're going to disturb somebody else. Nobody is there, that's a different matter. So he said that it's not permissible to wake him up. A person that is sleeping, not permissible to disturb him. But he said, yeah, it becomes permissible, because if we go without him, he's going to be upset with us. So they woke him up. So when he woke him up, he came out of the house. So Maulana Abrar al-Haq Sahab Hardoi Rahmatullah alayhi he said, see Hakim Sahab, you had no intention to go and visit the sick person. We came to your house, you were sleeping. We woke you up, we took you out of the house. He said, this is what you call jazb. Allah Ta'ala pulls a person. We pulled you out of the house. This is how Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala pulls a person. Allahu yajtabi ilayhi man yasha. Now, they had to walk a little bit. Maybe they came in a car, in a taxi, whatever. So the taxi was parked, what we will say, on top, at the end of the driveway. So now they walked from there. They walked from the house and they went to the car. When they went to the car, so now maybe the taxi driver opened the door and they sat down in the car. So Maulana Abrar al-Haq Sahab Rahmatullah alayhi said, he said, Hakim Sahab, this is what you call inabat, wa yahdi ilayhi may yunib. You make a little bit of effort. See, you walk from your house door and you came all the way to the car. Now the door open, you get into the car and you reach your destination. So these are the two systems of Allah. Sometimes the person, he's got some problem at home. Maybe a domestic problem. Maybe he's got a problem with his children, family problem, whatever problem he has. So here's a very pious person came to the masjid. Let me go. I'll get a taweez from him. Today people have a lot of belief in all this taweez and all. Amaliyat. And many of the amils are fake also. So let me go and get a taweez. So he came to the masjid now. So when he came to the masjid, what he came for? He came to get a taweez. But Maulana's bayan was still on. So he said, let me sit a few minutes, wait. When Maulana's bayan is over, I'll ask him for the taweez. So he sat down for the bayan. When he sat for the bayan, Allah Ta'ala inspired his heart that now is time that you change your life, become the beloved of Allah Ta'ala. So he reforms, he changes his life. But what did he actually come for? He came for a taweez. Allah pulled him, Allah made him his beloved, and he left from it. This is what you call Allahu yajtabi ilayhi man yasha. We'll understand it from the incident of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, on one occasion when he came into the town, it's a lengthy incident, but I'll just mention this much. There were two people that were fighting. One was from the Bani Israel, one was from the Coptics. So the person that was from the Bani Israel asked Musa alayhi salam for help. Musa alayhi salam was very strong. So Musa alayhi salam came and he gave him one shot. So he was so strong, that person, when he hit him, that person passed away. But it was an error. He made dua to Allah, Rabbi inni zalamtu nafsi. I wronged myself, I oppressed myself, faghfirli. Forgive me, Allah. FaghFarAllah, Allah forgave him. But next day he was fighting with somebody else, that same person. So now he started calling Musa alayhi salam. So he got frightened. Musa alayhi salatu wasalam comes, maybe I'm going to get in trouble this time. So he said, oh Musa, aturidu an taqtulani kama qatalta nafsan bil ams. Do you want to kill me like you killed somebody yesterday? Now everyone found out that this Musa alayhi salam killed that person. So his life was in danger. It's a long incident. Nevertheless, Musa alayhi salam was told, leave. One person came, he said, no, leave. Don't stay here in Egypt. So he went away to Madian. When he went to Madian, Then he assisted the daughters of Shuaib alayhi salam, and then Shuaib alayhi salam got him married to one of his daughters. Made khidmat of Shuaib alayhi salam for 10 years. Now after completing this 10-year period, Musa alayhi salatu wasalam is returning, he's coming back to Egypt at night. It's a cold night, and Musa alayhi salatu wasalam doesn't know the way to get to Egypt. So as he is walking, إِذْ رَآ نَارًا, Musa alayhi salatu wasalam sees a fire in the distance. So فَقَالَ لِأَهْلِهِمْ كُثُوا, he tells his wife, just wait here. إِنِّي آنَسْتُ نَارًا, that I see a fire in the distance. لَعَلِّي آتِيكُم مِّنْهَا بِقَبَسٍ, maybe I'll bring a brand of fire. I'll bring some fire from there. We will keep warm with this fire that I bring. أَوْ أَجِدُ عَلَى النَّارِ هُدَى, or I will find a guide, rehbar, somebody that will show us the way how to get to Egypt. So what Musa alayhi salatu wasalam went for, he went to look for fire. He went to look for a rehbar, for a guide, to show him his destination. When Musa alayhi salam reaches here, فَلَمَّا أَتَاهَا نُودِيَ يَا Musa, when he came here, the elan is made, O Musa, inni ana rabbuk, I am your Rabb, فَخْلَعْنَ عَلَيْكَ, take out that shoe that you're wearing, take out your shoe. إِنَّكَ بِالْوَادِ الْمُقَدَّسِ طُوَى, you're in the sacred valley of Tuwa. So why did Allah Ta'ala tell him to take out his shoe? So some of the Mufassirin have written that maybe there was some impurity on the shoe of Musa alayhi salam. Many people ask, Qabristan, we go to read the Janaza namaz, can you read the namaz with the shoe on? Or can you read normal namaz with the shoe on? So if there's no napaki on the shoe, number one, and number two, if the toes can bend, if you're reading namaz and the toes can bend in the shoe and it's facing in the direction of Qibla, then the masla is you can read namaz. But here you got 5 shield carpet, which mutawalli will allow you with the shoes inside here. But the masla is, it is permissible. So Allah Ta'ala told him, take out your shoe. Either there was some napaki, or the leather that was used in the manufacture of the shoe, there was some doubt in that leather. So take out your shoe. Don't come with the shoes here in this park place. وَأَنَا اخْتَرْتُكَ فَاسْتَمِعْ لِمَا يُوحَى, I have chosen you, O Musa. Now listen to the wahi that is going to be sent down upon you. So Allah Ta'ala made him a Nabi. Now wahi was sent to Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. And then Allah Ta'ala spoke to Musa alayhi salam, وَمَا تِلْكَ بِيَمِينِكَ يَا Musa, what's in your right hand, O Musa? قَالَ هِيَ عَصَاي, he said, no, this is my stick, my staff. أَتَوَكَّأُ عَلَيْهَا وَأَهُشُّ بِهَا عَلَى غَنَمِي, I lean upon the stick and I hit the leaves for my goats. I drop the leaves from the trees. وَلِيَ فِيهَا مَعَارِبُ أُخْرَى, many other benefits. Now he enjoyed that talking to Allah Ta'ala so much. He forgot about his wife. He forgot that his wife is waiting for him. So it is mentioned now, he remembered that now I have to go to my wife. But Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala now tells Musa alayhi salam that, oh Musa, you spoke to me. My tajalli, my effulgence has now penetrated your face, has penetrated you. When Musa alayhi salam, before this, what he said? Rabbi arini anzur ilayk. Oh Allah, I want to see you. Show yourself to me, I want to see you. Allah Ta'ala says, Lan tarani, Musa, you can't see me. Walakin inzur ila al-jabal, look at that mountain. Fa in istaqarra makanahu fasawfa tarani. If the mountain remains in its place, then you will soon see me. When the tajalli of Allah Ta'ala came, فَلَمَّا تَجَلَّى رَبُّهُ لِلْجَبَلِ جَعَلَهُ دَكَّا وَخَرَّ مُوسَى صَعِقًا, crushed to pieces. Musa alayhi salam fell unconscious. So that tajalli of Allah Ta'ala, which the mountain couldn't take, that tajalli of Allah Ta'ala now entered the face of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. So Allah Ta'ala told Musa alayhi salam, oh Musa, now nobody will be able to see your face. When the mountain couldn't take the tajalli, how is the eyes going to now withstand the tajalli? Our eyes are very weak. لَا تُدْرِكُهُ الْأَبْصَارِ, these gaze, they can't see Allah Ta'ala. In dunya, the eyes don't have the ability of seeing Allah. وُجُوهُ يَوْمَئِذٍ نَادِرَةٍ إِلَىٰ رَبِّهَا نَادِرَةٍ. But tomorrow on the day of Qiyamah, the eyes will have the ability of seeing Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. This is one of the objectives of namaz. If we read our namaz, then on the day of Qiyamah, the eyes will have the ability of seeing Allah Ta'ala in Jannat. So nevertheless, Allah Ta'ala says now, nobody is going to be able to see you. So he had a blanket around his waist. So he took the blanket and he covered his face like a niqab. Now he went to his wife, Hazrat Safura. So when he went there, she said, what happened to you? You came with a niqab, you're wearing a niqab now. So he said that the tajalli of Allah Ta'ala has entered my face, nobody can see me now. But she has so much of love for Musa alayhi salam, she says, I cannot live without seeing you. So she said, let me see, a little bit. So she picked up a little bit of that blanket, and when her one eye fell on the face of Musa alayhi salam, she became blind. So she said, when I lost one eye, let me now pick up more. So she picked up more and she lost both eyes. Because she loved Musa alayhi salam so much. So at that time, what did she say? She said, oh Musa, if I had 100,000 eyes, then I would have given my 100,000 eyes for you. Allah Ta'ala loved this so much, Allah Ta'ala restored the sight of Hazrat Safura. So the point we're explaining, what Musa alayhi salam went for. He went to look for fire. He went to look for a guide. Allah Ta'ala made jazb of Musa alayhi salam. Allah pulled Musa alayhi salam, and here nubuwwat was given to Musa alayhi salam. So when Allah pulls a person, Allahu yajtabi ilayhi man yasha, Allah pulls a person, within split seconds, that person can become the beloved of Allah Ta'ala. It is mentioned, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala, the iman of Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala, this was jazb. Allah Ta'ala pulled Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala. Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala met Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in Makkatul Mukarramah when he was 18 years old. Nabi alayhi salam was 20 years old. Just a 2-year difference. At that time, Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala was not a Muslim. But when he met Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, what we say, when you meet somebody, I just clicked with that person. I just clicked. Things just worked out. Al-arwahu junudum mujannada. We don't just click. The arwah, before we came in this world, al-arwah, the souls, they were armies that were recruited in alam arwah. فَمَا تَعَارَفَ مِنَا إِئْتَلَفَ. Those that recognize one another in alam arwah, they got along there. In dunya they have love, they get along here. So that love that was there, that is transferred into dunya. وَمَا تَنَاكَرَ مِنْهَا إِخْتَلَفَ. And those that didn't recognize one another, they didn't get along there, when they come in dunya, then there's ikhtilaf here also. There's difference here also. Sometimes a person says, he's a wonderful man, pious man. I don't know why, I just can't get along with that person. Oh, you didn't get along there, alam arwah. So that is why you can't get along here. There's no problem with the men. فَمَا تَنَاكَرَ مِنْهَا إِخْتَلَفَ. So the two of them just got along. Nabi alayhi salam loved Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala. He loved Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala, he undertook a journey at that time to Sham. So when he went to Sham, he saw a dream. So this was a time when there were many, many Christian priests that were in Sham. So he went for an interpretation of the dream. So the Christian priest asked Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala, Man anta? Who are you? So he said, Abu Bakr, I'm Abu Bakr. He said, I'm the son of Quhafa. And then he said, Min ayna anta? Where have you come from? He said, Min Makkah. Min ayyi qabilatin? Which tribe have you come from? He said, Min Quraysh. He said, Aish anta? What are you? He said, Tajir, I'm a businessman. So he narrated the dream. So the dream was interpreted by him. What he said, Yub'athu nabiyyum min qawmik, that a nabi is going to be raised from your nation. Takudu wazirahu fi hayatihi wa khalifatahu ba'da wafatihi. You're going to be his wazir and his minister. Takunu wazirahu fi hayati, in his lifetime. Wa khalifatahu ba'da wafati, and his khalifa after he leaves the world, after he passes away. So he's mentioned, فَأَسَرَّهَا أَبُو بَكْرٍ مِنَ الْكَائِنَاتِ كُلِّهَا. Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala kept this a secret from the entire world. He never informed anyone about this dream and the interpretation of this dream. Now comes the time Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam reaches the age of 40. Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala is 38 years old. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam enters the cave of Hira. Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam comes down. And the first verses of the Quran Sharif are revealed. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. First 5 verses of the Quran Sharif are revealed. These verses abrogated the Tawrat. They abrogated the Injil. They abrogated the Zabur. They abrogated all the previous scriptures. Now Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam is blessed with nubuwwat. He runs first to Hazrat Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anha. And he says, Zammiluni, Zammiluni, wrap me up. But from the men, the first person that Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam goes to, he goes to Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala. And he tells Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala that I have been appointed now as a Nabi of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. So what does Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala said? Mad dalilu ala ma tadda'i. You are claiming you're a Nabi of Allah. What is the dalil and what is the proof for the claim that you are making that you're a Nabi of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala? So what Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam told him? Ru'ya allati ra'ayta bisham. Your dream that you saw in Sham, O Abu Bakr, that is the proof that I am the Nabi of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. It is mentioned, fa'anaqahu. He embraced Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam. وَقَبَّلَهُ بَيْنَ عَيْنَيْهِ. He kissed Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam between his eyes. There were 2 occasions he kissed the forehead of Nabi alayhi salam. This was one occasion. And the second occasion when Nabi alayhi salam left the world and the janazah of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam was on the ground. At that time Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala came and he kissed the forehead of Nabi alayhi salam. وَقَبَّلَهُ بَيْنَ عَيْنَيْهِ. And then he said, Ashhadu annaka Rasulullah, that I bear witness that you are the Rasul of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. They say such a relationship Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala enjoyed with Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that he was his companion in dunya also, and he is his companion in the qabr also. So this, ulama say that this was jazb. Allah showed him the dream in Sham. He saw the dream there. Allah pulled him, and ya Allah ta'ala bless Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala with iman. The iman of Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala, Allahu yajtabi ilayhi man yasha. Allah made jazb, Allah ta'ala pull Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala also. How? This incident comes in Fazail Amal about Umar radiallahu ta'ala, sister accepted Islam and they were reading Quran Sharif. After that incident, after what transpired by his sister, Umar radiallahu ta'ala now is going to Darul Nadwa. Darul Arqam. Darul Arqam was where the Mount of Safa is today. There was a house there. It was written there, Haza Darul Arqam. This is Darul Arqam. But Saudis, all this, they have broken it down. That home is, you don't see it anymore. So Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam was here giving da'wat to Sahaba, calling Sahaba towards the oneness of Allah. Hazrat Hamza radiallahu ta'ala is there. Many, many Sahaba are there. So they see from a distance, Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala is coming, and he has got a sword around his neck. Open sword. So everybody started shaking. What is the power of Umar radiallahu ta'ala? So they call Hazrat Hamza radiallahu ta'ala. And they say, Umar is coming. And he's got a sword, a naked sword around his neck. So Hazrat Hamza was, wa Hamzatu asadullahi wa asadu rasuli. He was the lion of Allah, the lion of the Rasul of Allah. Hazrat Hamza radiallahu ta'ala said, don't worry. Don't worry. If Umar is coming with a good intention, let it be. But if he got a bad intention, I'll turn Umar into dust. It's very strong. So they informed Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, Ya Rasulullah, Umar is coming. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam came out. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam had the strength of 40 jannatis. 40 jannatis, the strength of 4,000 people Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam had. Umar radiallahu anhu came to the door. He opened the door. He said, Oh Umar, what's wrong? It is mentioned at that time, there was such fear in Sahaba. Abu Bakr is on one side. Jibreel alayhi salam comes down on the other side. He's standing on the other side. That Umar must not cause any harm to Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Nabi alayhi salam just looked at the face of Umar. And he knew, last night I held the ghilaf of the Kaaba and I made dua. Allahumma ayyid al-Islam bi Umar ibn al-Hisham or bi Umar ibn al-Khattab. Wallah strengthened Islam with Umar bin Hisham, that is Abu Jahl, or Umar ibn Khattab. The dua has been accepted in favor of Umar ibn Khattab. He saw the face of Umar radiallahu ta'ala. He grabbed him by his collar. He said, Oh Umar, how long are you going to remain in this jahiliyyat of yours? And he jerked him. Umar fell to the ground. All the strength of Umar radiallahu ta'ala was out. He says, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu annaka Rasulullah. I bear witness there is no deity except Allah and you the Rasul of Allah ta'ala. It is mentioned all the Sahaba that were around there, they all called the takbir, Allahu Akbar. Where is Safa? And this was Darul Arqam. From there, when they called the takbir, it is mentioned that all those that were making tawaf of Baytullah, they heard the takbir. فَاسْتَبْشَرَ أَهْلُ السَّمَاءِ بِإِسْلَامِ عُمَرٍ. The inhabitants of the skies, the malaika, they rejoice on the Islam of Umar radiallahu ta'ala. This was just Allah ta'ala pulled Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala. Now that he accepted Islam, Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala asked Nabi alayhi salam a question. He said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He said, that are we not on haqq and the kuffar on batil? He said, definitely, we are on haqq, they are on batil. He said, why are we hiding and practicing upon deen? Let's go to the Kaaba Sharif and openly we will practice upon deen. He put 20 Sahaba in one line, another 20 in another line. He told us, Hamza, you stand in front of that line. I will stand in front of this line. Nabi alayhi salam in the middle. Let's go to the Kaaba Sharif and openly we will practice now upon our deen. See, just when Allah Ta'ala pulled Umar radiallahu ta'ala, where did Umar radiallahu ta'ala reach? When Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala pulled him. I'll finish off on this. There was one person. So he was in financial problems. So somebody told him, 1,000 miles away, there's a very generous person. If you go there, whatever your need is, he'll fulfill your need. So in those days now, there were no cars. So he walked and he said, let me go 1,000 miles away. So he walked 1,000 miles. How many months it must have taken him to reach his destination? When he reached his destination, it was Asr time. It was Asr time. So when he came there, he read his Asr namaz, and the people said that same person was a generous person, he just passed away, we're now making intizam arrangement to bury him. So he read Asr namaz. Now imagine 1,000 miles he walked. And then It's Maghrib time, he read Maghrib namaz and he started crying. I walked 1,000 miles and came here for help, and this man has passed away. So he fell off to sleep. While crying, he fell off to sleep. In the dream, he sees Allah Ta'ala. It's possible. In the dream, to see Allah Ta'ala is possible. The ulama of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, they say it's possible to see Allah Ta'ala in the dream. We can't, just now I mentioned, we can't see Allah Ta'ala with the naked eye, but in the dream it's possible. Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh, he saw Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala 100 times. Imam Ahmad rahmatullah alayh saw Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. It's a different discussion, but it's possible. So Allah Ta'ala tells him that go back to your house, and in your room is your grandfather's treasure. Just dig in the bottom and you've got so much of treasure, it's enough for your lifespan and your children also. And progeny is to come. So he asked Allah Ta'ala in the dream, he said, Ya Allah, if it was there in my home, why did I have to come 1,000 miles? Wallah, you could have told me it's there, I would have dug over there, I would have got everything there. So Allah Ta'ala said, if I told you then and you didn't have to walk 1,000 miles, you wouldn't have made qadr of that treasure, you would have squandered the wealth. So now you walk 1,000 miles, you know what you went through, you will now treasure that wealth that you have found. So in the same way, Allah Ta'ala can pull everyone, Allah can make everyone His beloved. But then we won't appreciate it. So that is why the second system of Allah Ta'ala generally applies. Illa masha'Allah, that a person, he makes an effort and continues making an effort until he becomes the beloved of Allah. Allah make us all His beloveds, inshallah.